Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this session on the media's role in building awareness for a Swachh Bharat. I would like to start by saying that comedian की कोई औकात नहीं होती. Right? When they called me, they said, CJ, you are a celebrity, please come attend the session. By the time I got here, they said, boss, you have moderator duty. We have all these senior people. You have to make sure that they finish on time. So I am the murga for this session. The way the format of the session is this. Each of the speakers will speak for 3 minutes. I will try and stop them on time by turning off the mic or doing something silly. Post that, we will have a discussion. We will open it up to questions and answers. Anyone have a problem with that? Now is the time to raise your hand and I will put you down. No problems? Excellent. Please put your hands together for our first speaker, Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, who is Minister for Information and Broadcasting. Applause would be good, yes.
Thanks, CJ. Thank you so much, all of you. I was here today morning for the inaugural session, and we spoke about, of course, the necessity, and necessity derived out of the fact that India is, in a way, the biggest victim of problems to do with sanitation, swachhta, lack of swachhta, to say the least. Also gave example of actually it's just not it's just not a slogan. It has the power of bringing about a major cultural shift in the entire nation if we were to follow it. And it cannot be executed just by one single person. It has to be done by a collective effort, a people's movement. So it is, in a way, one of the most difficult things to do, and perhaps that's why nobody's even ever dared to come onto this stretch of land and say, I will do it, or let's do it, or let this be a benchmark for my work. It's too daring a thing to do. It is also extremely daring for someone who's aspiring to be a prime minister to say that there should be toilets before temples. And to that extent, I think this is one of the best times for India, where we have a decisive leadership, a decisive person, who has stepped out, stuck his neck out to say some of these things and to set up very high benchmarks. Now, to create this cultural shift, to create this people's movement, there's a convergence of different stakeholders that is required. Government being one of them, certainly. But corporates, another. NGOs, social leaders, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, families, children. When we just walked in, there was this song which was playing, perhaps you may not have paid attention to the words. It was about swachhta. And there were children's voices in that. The convergence of all these people, driven by the media, as the topic of the discussion today, driven by the media, perhaps has the potential of bringing out this major cultural shift in our nation. It's just not the fact that if we are a clean India, we would be a more attractive tourist destination. It's just not that, but the fact that a clean India, a healthy India, would perhaps enhance the sheer potential of Indian youth to work harder, and thereby adding to the economy millions and millions of dollars by their productiveness, which otherwise right now are going down the drain because of the effort required to overcome various epidemics that break out in various parts of the country. In specific to media and how in the information broadcasting we are driving it, is the fact that we're playing regular social awareness campaigns on Doordarshan, which is a national channel, as well as on All India Radio, which has 92% reach of the entire country. We are also engaging the social media by means of WhatsApps and Facebooks, Twitter, and trying to create a 360-degree communication methodology of engaging with everyone. To the extent that now the corporate sector, in its advertisements, is also talking about cleanliness. And once the schools, and we're targeting the children so that once the schools start talking about it, then we are sure that in the next couple of years, let's say about 5 to 10 years, we would certainly be a clean India. The Prime Minister's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas gives centrality to the communication and the fact that we take everyone along. So there's no one left out. We know that India is still in the rural segments divided into castes. And therefore, it's of utmost importance that you carry along with you each and every segment. And then when you take a decision at the village level, at the panchayat level, the very fact that Sabka Saath is an essentiality which is going to create Sabka Vikas, which is the objective, ensures that the Sarpanch there calls every stakeholder from every segment of the village to create a movement. Also, it's important for something to have a great recall value, it's important that it keeps playing in your mind again and again. And that's why most of the social awareness programs, for whatever reason be it, has a mild introduction to Swachhta, to cleanliness. So you will hear the Swachhta again and again in different campaigns of the government, in different advertisements. Say, for example, the Good Governance Day also had Swachhta, a small slogan of Swachhta right below. The idea was that we keep appealing to your mind, we keep appearing in front of the citizens of the country so that we remain in their mind space all the time. And if something is repeated over and over again, then that sort of starts becoming a part of your subconscious and becomes your nature itself. It's also important, which we are doing now, is to have success stories being given out in All India Radio and the Doordarshan. So we're picking up stories about people, how a single person in a small village has been able to change things. And those success models will create examples for others to follow. So this is how the media is, CJ, going to interact with a whole lot of people across the whole society and segment. And this is how the various stakeholders will come together to carry forward this movement of Swachhta. It cannot be done in a single day, a single year. But the very fact that by 2019, we've said that India would be a clean destination. Mm-hmm. So there has to be an objective, there has to be a timeline, and then you start working on a daily basis with full cylinders on fire.
I understand, sir, that the government has created some audiovisual campaigns as well. Do you have them here? Can you share them with us?
Yes, we played this audio as we walked in. Okay. We'll play two small social awareness campaigns that we had made. Somebody who could play it for us, please.
I might ask the gentleman sitting there with the tag around his neck. Do you remember what year Colonel Rathore mentioned?
गांधी जी के बताए हुए कदमों पर चलें और एक स्वच्छ और सुंदर भारत की रचना करें।
There's another one. Just play another one.
I think we have another one.
आप सबने दुनिया भर में क्या मिसाल बनाई है। जिस सफाई से आपने कचरा वहीं फेंक दिया। और मन्नू आंटी क्या कूड़ा फेंकती हैं। ओलंपिक्स के गोला फेंकने वाले भी शर्मा जाएं। और ये देखिए, लक्ष्मी भाभी की सफाई तो गांव-गांव में प्रसिद्ध है। हमारे सुखिया भैया मन की करते, जहां सोचा वहीं शौच कर दिया। ये देश जो आप ही का घर है, उसे क्यों गंदा करते हैं? थोड़ी शर्म कर लो, सोच स्वच्छ कर लो।
अगर एक बार 125 करोड़ देशवासी तय कर ले कि मैं गंदगी नहीं करूंगा, तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत नहीं है जो हिंदुस्तान को गंदा कर सकती।
एक कदम स्वच्छता की ओर।
I noticed the video started. I was asking a question of the gentleman over there in the second row. Sir, do you remember? Yes, that's you. Do you remember what year Colonel Rathore mentioned that we would have a clean India by?
2019.
Very good. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, there will be random question and answers just to make sure you are paying attention. Well done, sir. Good job. I noticed when the video was playing, you asked the lady next to you, what year did he say? Good job. Saved by the video. Excellent. Our next speaker is Girja Shankar Kaura. He is a second generation journalist with the Tribune, and he started his career in 1988. Please give him a round of applause before his.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off from where Colonel Rathore left, there is, as he pointed out, there's need of convergence of people. Various strata of society have to come together to, move forward on this very ambitious plan which our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has come forward with. And definitely, media has a very important role to play in that. Unfortunately, what is happening is that on the day, the 15th of August this year, when the Prime Minister announced the ambitious program and he talked about toilets for girls more than anything else, that was the day when media, next day, the newspapers, carried a big headlines about what Prime Minister thought about the entire program and what was his vision about girls in India, especially providing toilets, providing cleanliness in India. But after that, somehow, media has not been very, very, positive about the whole affair. Maybe for various reasons, there could be, they're more of a cynical view about the entire program in the media. The reason could be that in the past also there have been certain efforts made, certain, programs launched, but they have not been very successful. One reason, India is a very large country. We have a major population which is still not educated. We have a major population which is living in the rural parts of the country. And sanitation for them somehow is not a very important issue. Although we, living in our societies, in the cities, have somehow, after that PM's effort, started moving towards creating a cleaner city, a cleaner Delhi, a cleaner India, but still, the majority of our, population is not bothered. Even today, as the audiovisual showed, even today, anybody, maybe even wiping his face with a tissue, sitting in his car, would just throw it out of the car. Or having a burger on the road and just throw the remains outside, which is something which reflects the mindset which we have. And media somehow has not been able to project that. Probably also another reason is that when the Prime Minister on October 2, I remember, started the program and he, wielded the broom himself, there was a flurry of activity among ministers and among, officers, secretary level officers, to do the same. But it turned out at times that all that was being done was stage managed, which created some kind of a cynicism in the media that, oh, this another huge drama is being played around. Besides that, what is also not happening is that there is, in the media itself, there are no dedicated writers about this aspect, which remains a very important aspect of the society. You go around anywhere in the world, I have somehow traveled somewhere, and I don't see any litter on the road. I don't see anybody trying to, throw litter on the road. But here in India, that's not so. And media does not really come forward and, raise this issue that there should be something from the media itself to point out to people that please don't do it. How important it is to keep a city clean. It would eventually lead to greater tourism. It would also help in increasing health. But somehow, unfortunately, it is not there. And I would also, like to point out that probably there's something missing from the government side here. Have the government come forward with creating some kind of, scholarships or, fellowships for the media, for them to take up this issue, and those who write upon this in a better manner, in a bigger manner, for them government to send out those fellowships to them, probably we would have a, much greater participation of the media. I think I'll leave it here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I think one of the things we should focus on over the course of our discussion is, I've found, and I do jokes about this as a comedian, that we're a country that wants to change. We want the country to change, but we're not willing to change ourselves. So it's very easy for us to say this is what we need other people to do. And over the course of this discussion, because we have journalists, we have the government here as well, we should talk about the initiatives that we can take ourselves to actually make a difference. What I'm going to do is, for the rest of the speakers, we are all not the Ministers of Information and Broadcasting, so a 1-minute quick opening statement so we can open it up to a discussion. So next up, if I can have Mr. Arun Anand, who is the Executive Director of Newsroom Post and is a social media expert. If you could have 1 minute from you, sir.
I think I'll take less than 1 minute. I just want to raise 2 or 3 points. One is that the general perception amongst probably in the government and at times media also, that social media and the traditional media are competitors. I think that has to be done away with. Now we have reached a stage where social media and traditional media actually complements each other if you really want to run a campaign. You see stories in newspapers which go viral on social media, and you see issues which are going viral on social media being written about in newspapers and shown in television channels. One. Second is the bigger challenge, I think, probably for the government and for everybody is social media can definitely play a great role, but the whole discourse which is going on in social media, the information which is being sent in social media from the government as well as from the government organizations about campaigns like this, largely it remains in English or in Hindi, to some extent in Hindi. You want to basically influence people who are actually non-English speaking people. So the bigger challenge is how do you do it in the regional languages. I'll just give an example. I think probably in most of the government ministries, you don't have even their websites in any of the other Indian languages except English and Hindi. So one is that. Third is there is a threat, or there is a what I would call there is a serious apprehension. We have cyber patriots. You have posted a message on Twitter and you think you have made your contribution to the country. So the challenge would be how to convert this offline activity, ground level activity with the online guys. So that thing also has to be worked out. So I would leave it at that. Thanks.
So that was an excellent 1 minute. Thank you. Next up, we have Mr. Anand Mahtab, who is the CEO of Jagran Pahel, which is the CSR division of the Jagran Group.
Pranam, good evening to one and all. First of all, I'll just sum up quickly what Jagran is doing. Jagran has come out with a full page feature every day till 31st of December, titled Swasth Bharat, Swachh Bharat. Apart from that, now it has changed at various places in various ways. Like in Bihar, now it is a campaign called Smart Citizen. Everyone is doing, we all know that media can make change, media can change opinion and all that. But how? We need to think beyond just giving free space or free time. At the same time, we need to think collectively. Jagran is thinking something, another one is thinking something, so everyone is working for the good of the society on the same issue. But if we all can join hand together and push forward the one agenda, it can be as good as we have done with the polio campaign. Media has done a lot of trials and successfully it has been done. The same case in the case of polio. So why not sanitation? We all need to sit together, join hands together and move forward. And one thing I would like to, since corporate house is also there, it's important to start partnership from the very beginning, from the very initiation when you conceive the thing with media so that it can become a part of it. Not at the end just to disseminate the information. We are always at the receiving end. I know I can see the time of thing, but just 1 minute. We are always at the receiving end कि ये हो गया इसको छाप लो. हमने ये किया हमने वो किया. You make us a part of it, then you see the result. It will be different. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's nice to see actually that the Jagran Group is actually repeating what Colonel Rathore mentioned earlier about having consistency in terms of messaging. You mentioned, sir, as well about hashtags and how we should mention Swachh along the way so we have top of mind awareness. Last up, we have Mr. Munish Gupta, who is the chairman of PIO TV that caters to the Indian diaspora. He is also the international coordinator for the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin.
Well, thank you, CJ. I bring two perspectives. I've been in the media business probably long enough, 30 years in India and outside. And two, I'm now the Indian diaspora. First of all, I want to raise my hand and tell you that I learned from my father to clean my toilet, and my 12-year-old son now, who lives in India, cleans his own toilet. That's a very big thing for us to learn. And I have no taboos. So the biggest thing that I heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi talk about in New York when he addressed the Indian diaspora, a portion of that speech you heard on this promo here, is that he broke the taboo. The second thing is that, we have discussed today, and I think you'll discuss more tomorrow, as to the role of corporate sector, government, public sector, people, NGOs. We in the diaspora have been emotionally charged and connected with India. This is the first time, and I can tell you, I represent an organization 25 years old. This is the first time that we feel that we are being embraced fully and made a part and parcel of anything and everything that happens in India. We believe that there are elements of technology, innovation, spiritual movement, emotional connect that can all be combined together with CSR, dollars and whatever rupees to create this transformation. And I believe a mass movement can only be successful when a mass leader takes it up and actually implements it on the ground. And I'll give you one more example. 7 years ago, I moved my son, who was 5 years then, from Los Angeles to Delhi, and he goes to school here because I wanted my second son to have a different sort of outlook than my older son who lives in America. And this young man, for the last 2 years, was complaining about what you saw in the video. People would throw their waste into the river in their back lane. But when on October 2nd, he noticed Prime Minister Modi launched this campaign, he made sure that in Gulmohar Park in New Delhi, right here, he got together the kids and their parents and said, let us clean this, our colony, and start making a demonstration. And I think that speaks of the success. My last point that I'll make, and I think media is a very important tool. Nobody knows how to use media to his or the government's advantage better than Prime Minister Modi himself and his government. But I think media must also realize that they have a critical developmental role to play. I remember doing stories for Doordarshan when I started electronic media, when it had, you felt good when you were doing a story because it meant something that you had shown on television to millions of people. And today, media in India needs to realize that we have a contribution to make to the society from which we make money and we get name and fame. All of us are sitting here on and off the dais for that. So I think that media role in India we need to play. Thank you.
Thank you, Munishji. Before I open it up to question and answers, I get 3 minutes as well, okay? I just wanted to say a couple of things. Firstly, I think a Facebook post is important every now and then. I find that as a country, we are conscious people. I've done this very often. Somebody has thrown something out of a car. If it's at a red light, I've actually picked it up, gone and knocked on their window and given it back. Or I've actually gone after the car, stopped, knocked on the window and asked the fellow there. I said, "Bhai sahab, aap school gaye hain?" And he says, "Yes." Then I say, "Agar aap jaise log aisa karenge to baki desh ka kya hoga?" Every single time the person has apologized. And if I can put that on Facebook, I want the next person who reads that post to think twice before he throws something out, because Papa CJ with 30,000 people on his Facebook page might take a photograph of him and stick it up there. So I think that can make a difference. And also, yes, we have to take new initiatives, but we have to take care of the initiatives we already have. You go to Priya Market in Vasant Kunj, there is a public toilet. It is locked up because the parking walas live inside there. At the Commonwealth Games, a fancy toilet was opened up outside Defcol Market next to Colonel Kebabs. It is still lying locked. Why are we not using the resources where we've already spent money? So I think, one, we are conscious as a people, but we need to have that awareness drummed into us. We don't want to be dirty. We wash our houses twice a day, yet we get out on the street and we throw things outside. So we have the potential, we just have to make it happen. Let's open it up to questions.
Sir, I have a little objection in saying that rural India does not believe in sanitation.
Do you remember who the person was who said that? Because point them out.
And I take umbrage to this statement that urban people are better educated for sanitation and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan than rural India. Sir, please just let me finish. It is our duty. And firstly, our definition of media is very narrow. Whether it's a social media, electronic media, or print media, our media or our medium are our people. If our people are addressed properly, if our people get to be our media, then we have won that day. And I have a soldier sitting there as a minister, and I am a soldier. In every single village of yours, there are very, very educated, well-disciplined soldiers from the Army, Navy, Air Force, paramilitary forces who have lived in a very, very clean environment. Why don't we make them as our ambassadors for Clean India? So why should they only come up to the government for one rank, one pay? I'm gonna with respect,
I'll interrupt you for a second. If the questions are short and specific and directed to one specific person, we'll do 5 minutes of question answers. And in fact, Colonel Rathore, if I may ask you one question, any innovative ideas you can think of? Has the government thought of innovation in this area?
I think, CJ, you already started innovating by putting up all those posts on your Facebook. So, no, that's a very powerful tool, and I think we need to take that very seriously, of course. Social media is very powerful means of communication, and I think just the other day, my minister, Shri Arun Jaitley, said that nowadays we are not so scared about the press writing again anything which is incorrect, because we have our own channel, and when we put it on our Facebook or on our Twitter, there are thousands of people who read it, and we can put the true account there. So it is a channel, and therefore if the millions of social media users can start using that, that is how we will build public opinion. Talking of innovative, of course, anything that I do, I'm passionate about it. And now that in this ministry, I'm passionate about using better methods of communication. So, for example, I took this opportunity where me and CJ were sitting behind, and I said, CJ, you're a comedian, you can come up with humor. So why don't you think of things like how Swachh Bharat campaign can be made more humorous, and we can have caricatures which we keep forwarding to each other on the WhatsApp or on the Facebook. Or I said, things like serious things like land ordinance. I said, people, it's difficult for educated people to understand what is land ordinance. So how will a villager who's giving his land away to the government understand what is the new ordinance? Therefore, why can't we make it more simpler and then use those methods in small cartoon clips in the WhatsApp or the Facebook? So those are the kind of innovative methods that we're coming up.
So I just thought of something which is a combination of what the gentleman said, because you said you wanted an army person to be the poster boy of the campaign. I see no reason why we can have Colonel Rathore, because humor is like a rubber sword. You can make a point without drawing any blood. I see no reason why we can't have a sign in a toilet where we're aiming to keep it clean, saying, "आप please miss मत करिए, वरना कर्नल राठौर गोली मार देंगे और वो कभी मिस नहीं करते." Right? But all I'm saying is, I've just cracked that as a joke, but when you walk away, chances are you might remember that because it's actually funny. Why can't we use humor to actually make our messages more digestible and memorable? So you had a question.
Just my question is to the Honorable Minister, just to remind him of our previous media campaigns or slogans started by previous Prime Ministers. We had Hum Do Hamare Do, and the population has gone up from 33 crores to 120 crores. We had Garibi Hatao, and 48% of the population is living below the poverty line. So, as Girija Shankar Kauraji said, that this just, people are becoming cynical because is really something happening at the ground. So is the government planning to really make the difference? Get more staff inducted to do the cleaning, to get more garbage centers made, to get garbage collection vans put in panchayats and corporations and municipalities and town areas. And, maybe if we can have a completely clean and a Gram Panchayat also, maybe then we could advertise that Gram Panchayat, work at a larger scale than just a citizen effort.
So effectively your question is there action being followed up in addition to the marketing?
Is there a plan of the government of actually making the change, the infrastructural change, the structural change in employment, in getting vans and infrastructure, making centers and giving this money?
So you make an interesting point. And why I say interesting point is that the soul of Swachhta Abhiyan lies in each one of us. It's calling upon each Indian, each citizen of the world rather, that let's do our cleanliness, our bit of Swachhta. That is the soul of this whole campaign. In fact, the Adarsh Gram Yojana, where a village has to come up to a model village, I make a point every time when I meet people that are you willing to do it? If you're willing to do it, then we are willing to pitch in. The moment you feel it's being outsourced to the government of India, thank you, we will take away the Adarsh Gram from you and give it to somebody else who's willing to do it. There lies the big difference, sir. Of course, you make a valid point. You make a valid point that the government must step in trying to do as much as possible. And I think to that extent, the very fact that in 1 year's time, we want to have toilets in every school, every girl's school, is the first step where the government will step in and ensure that there's Swachhta. So both things are happening simultaneously. And the third point you made is again a very interesting point. You said that we've had Garibi Hatao, we've had various other campaigns, I guess the Indian citizens and the Indian voters have felt the difference that this government believes in action. Of course, there is an objective laid out by a slogan and then you have to act on it. So there's going to be a remarkable difference between what has been in the government till now and what will be in the government now. Thank you, sir.
Papa CJ, hello. Hi, Papa CJ. Here. To your right. To your right. Up. Hi, Papa CJ. And all the esteemed panelists. A big namaste with Raya's clean hands.
हाँ जी, who are you? कोई
Raya.
सिक्योरिटी नहीं होता है क्या?
Papa CJ doesn't know my name. I'm Raya. Hello, everybody. Hi. You can say hi. You guys are now Papa CJ.
Hello, the minister also gets 1 minute, huh? So ask your question quickly.
Sorry. Okay. I'll be quick. I'm Raya from Sesame Street. I want to ask Papa CJ one question. Okay?
First, is Sesame Street a clean street की गंदा रास्ता है?
Oh, very clean. Spick and span clean.
Good girl. What is your question, Raya?
Okay, so I want to ask a very serious question. Are you ready for a serious question?
Sure, if you're asking a comedian, go for it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So toilet, potty or loo are subjects for humor, right? But for me, they are very serious issues and really close to my heart. So Papa CJ, you're a funny guy. I want to ask you if toilet, potty, loo, is it a funny issue or a serious one for you?
In this summit, it is a serious issue, but I see no reason why we can't use humor as well. I don't think when you look at an issue, you have to look at it as a serious issue or a funny issue. It is an issue that affects the lives of people. And if you can use humor to make a serious difference, I see no reason why we can't do that.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a great answer. Claps, everyone! clap.
All right,
Thank you so much, Papa CJ.
Thank you,
Did
Raya.
you wash yourself before coming to the summit?
Huh?
Your hair looks all clean. You cleaned your hair. You cleaned your hands? Oh,
Time
you
up.
baked?
Thank you. All right, we have 5 minutes left in this session. Before I throw it out to any more questions, so we'll just come back to you. I'm going to quickly ask the panelists if you have anything to add because we have 5 minutes. I'm conscious of that. You don't have to. If you have nothing to add, that's fine.
I just wanted to add one thing which is very important, like Girija has mentioned, that journalists are also not ready about this particular issue. So capacity building, even at the down the line, is very important of the journalists, so that they can understand the issue, they can write it well, and they can report it well. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, sir.
I just want to make this point. I think probably now, we have tools of sentiment analysis on social media, so you can actually do real-time sentiment analysis. When, like Girija said, that there's a lot of cynicism, some other people also said that, and there are divergent views. So now we have tools which can actually quantify and which can tell you through the sentiment analysis that how people generally feel about a particular issue or a particular aspect of a particular issue. So I think if these tools are used effectively, then probably corrections can also be made in the government policies on the basis of that.
On you, sir.
Couple of points. I think in our discussion and walking the talk of sanitation, we must pay attention to technology and innovation becoming an integral part of any of our plans. And I think we should just forget about it being just a toilet or a loo or a latrine. Second point I'd like to make is that I endorse what the minister just said. Even the Indian diaspora, which is 3 crores strong today, has over the years tried to bring something back to the motherland and give back to their villages, towns, but it just hasn't been able to do that in the right manner, in the right way, so that it percolates down to the village or the town they want to make an impact. So I think we have to create that model, whether it's CSR or HSR or diaspora or anybody. Once that model is erected, and I think we are walking down towards that path, then we'll see a lot of movement.
Okay, we're going to take just 2 questions to wrap it up. Gentleman there and the lady over there, just 1 point. Keep your question short and make it a question. Don't prove a point or try and...
My name is Perumal from Finnish Society. My suggestion to our Honorable Young and Energetic Minister, you give license to FM radio and television, why don't you put a precondition that every FM radio and TV must give at least 30 seconds every hour for Swachh Bharat mission? The precondition.
I think that's fantastic, actually. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We do much more. In every 10 minutes of advertisement, there has to be 2 minutes of social programs. So social awareness advertisements. And the good part is, we don't even have to ensure that, because most of the people are doing it. There is a sense of nationalism. There is a sense of being responsible. Each and every one, each and every agency, each and every business house. So I think to that extent we are safe. I think what we have to focus on is to walk our talk. We have to act. So rather than just campaign, we have to get on to doing things, each one of us.
I will say one thing, sir. As a citizen of the country, I have no problem with that at all. This was something I had mentioned earlier about how we as a country, we do want to change, but we're not willing to change ourselves. And it comes down to the same thing with your question. So yes, it's important to ask what the government is doing, but it goes back to the same thing about ask not what your country can do for you, but what are you doing for your country? Back to you, ma'am. Last question.
Hi, my name is Shaina, and I'm an interface designer, and I'm all the time on the internet, and social media is something that I'm always hovering around. So my mother spoke to me about this poor family in UP that did not have toilet in their house, and the ladies used to go out in the night as well. That was a terrible experience, and I think I didn't sleep one whole night, and then I said, you know what, let me just give it a shot, so what, people might just, act badly about it. I put it on social media. I started a campaign called Build a Toilet, and surprisingly I started collecting funds from 50 rupees to 100, anything that people could contribute. I successfully collected funds, and last month I successfully finished building a toilet in their house, and now all the women go in their house, they have a toilet and they have a washroom in their house. So I suggest that even as a common lady, as a professional IT person, if I can do it, I think that sensitivity and that, sleepless night really makes you do a lot of things. So you should, as a citizen, just be a little more confident about yourself and your country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot think of a better note on which to end the session. Thank you so much for your time.
Can I please just say one thing here, on your left, on your right, sorry. This is, as the Honorable Minister just said, this is a fantastic story, and these kind of stories are not heard. And these are the stories not to really, these are the stories which inspire you, that if just a small, simple thought and a young lady can accomplish something like this, what the Minister said, that it is not what we talk, it is what we walk. So if the media and all the celebrities can also kind of highlight these kind of stories through whichever media, be it social media, traditional media, the idea is that people get to know that yes, Indians are now not just talking, they have started walking.
So why don't we start the initiative right here? Shaina, if I can ask you to come to the speakers lounge after this. There are a few people here who are in the media. Come tell us your story so we can put it on Facebook.
I'd like to point out here that the Colonel is sitting, Colonel Rathore is here, government is here. Government must start more interface with the media and involve media more in such initiatives so that, stories like that can be projected by media and taken up by others. I would like to point that out to the government.
Sir, she's right here. She's going to come to you afterwards, and we will be looking at the Tribune to see if you have published this story or not. And the government will be watching to see if you are doing it or not, so that they can listen to you as well.
I'll try my best.
Thank you all so much for attending this session. Thank you so much to all the panelists.
Thank you so much, Papa CJ.